Mermaynicorn, you on Pick Ice 13, and since today's video is going to be fully voiceover, please check the description box down below because I will have a very limited amount of time to speak in between clips. I link everything mentioned and any updates. So you just witnessed my icky 1 month eyebrows. So now it's time to grab any eyebrow brush you have, but you just need a spoolie to be able to brush your hairs, to place them in a position where you can easily see up to where the unwanted brow hairs meet the natural defined line, because if we pass that, then we're just gonna be over plucking accidentally thinking they're unwanted hairs. I personally find it easier when it comes to only the top part of my eyebrows to use an eyebrow razor, whether it's electric or manual. With these tools, you're assured a sharp, defined, straight line. You won't overpluck, but you can overshave, so be careful. I don't really suggest products such as Flawless Brows of Finishing Touch, the seen on TV product, because it's round-headed and I feel like that defeats the purpose of me using like an eyebrow razor that is long, rectangular shaped, that gives you the defined brow, because as a round product, I feel like it's gonna be harder to get that precise line. You know what I'm trying to say? I also really suggest you having a magnifying mirror like those 5 times, so that way you're able to exactly see what you're doing and you're thinking that you're only cleaning up probably 10 or 20 hairs. No, baby girl, you're plucking out like a good 50 unwanted hairs. Now be careful when doing this part, because I noticed that I accidentally removed some right eyebrow hairs thinking that the device was perfectly placed in the center. I'm just showing you here a little comparison from the eyebrow that I did to the eyebrow that I haven't touched yet.
Guys, I know that the quality doesn't seem to be there, but trust me, it's there. I recorded on my same camera, my same lights. It's just because for this video, since I needed you guys to see my eyebrows, like exactly what I'm doing, I needed to zoom in on my eyebrows. So zooming in on the clips cut the quality, but it's the same quality. You could check my other videos to see that my other videos are of quality.
Okay, so now I'm gonna be using a tweezer for the bottom portion of my eyebrows, because I'm too scared to use a razor on the bottom portion of my brows, because my bottom brow isn't as full as my top brow. I'm not really able to personally tell myself when to stop shaving. You use whatever tweezers you're comfortable with. I like these because they're so precise and I could see exactly what hair I'm grabbing, but remember, beauty is pain. To a certain extent, it should only be what you're comfortable with and what you know works best for you. Now that we've reached the brow bone, be super careful and avoid getting skinny eyebrows. Try to only pluck the hairs that are not part of the eyebrow and leave the hairs that are enhanced and flowing in a direction that make your brow bone noticeable, like your brow arch.
So now that we finished with this step, I wanted to say really quickly to subscribe down below, hit that red subscribe button, make it great, hit that post notification bell button right next to it so that way you're notified every time I upload, and share my videos with your friends and family so that way we can make the Pink Ice family grow.
So now we're gonna need not just any, specifically beauty scissors. Now you're gonna tightly brush your eyebrow hairs upward, and by just like a few 2 or 3 millimeters past the top of the defined eyebrow line, give her a haircut and trim those ends away, girl. I feel like this gives the brows more of a fluffy look to it. Sort of like a bootlegged brow lamination, because I feel like this pulls your hairs to make them look upward, because as you know, eyebrow hairs are naturally really long
because of gravity. Like boy hair is shaved, so it goes upward, but when it starts growing, then that's what we call like the typical girl hair that comes downwards because it's long and it's heavy. So brow lamination is basically like anti-gravity or something like that, if you think about it.
And oddly to say, even though we're removing hairs with this technique, I feel like it gives our brow an even like more thicker look, if that makes sense.
I wanted to say really quickly that it would mean the world to me if you guys checked out my eBay and my Etsy shop. They're both called Pink Ice 13. Links are in the description box. I make vegetarian lip balms that don't melt in your car.
Now we're gonna start filling in las cejas, which means the brows and spinach. I love the Shape Tape concealer. I literally use it for everything. You're gonna preferably need a flat and squared sharp brush, because we can't be moving like a snake with these brows. We need sharp precision, sharp like a knife. Right now, we're just general outlining, if that makes sense. During this process, we are to make like a stencil out of our eyebrows. What I like to do is I don't like to fill in my eyebrows fully with concealer. I like to leave in the blank parts, the parts where I know need more filling in, with eyebrow pomade, so that way I know exactly where I have to fill in comparison to my other eyebrow, so that way they are twins and there's no hollows in my brows. I'm not the best at describing this process, but now I'm going to be spreading out the concealer, so that way I'm going to be doing the same exact thing to the bottom portion of my eyebrows. Remember, just keep in mind, this whole technique is basically hand painting two identical stencils around your eyebrows. Guys, I am kind of scared because for the past 2 weeks I have been having like a dry cough, mainly during the nighttime, and today, this morning, I woke up with really watery eyes, but I don't have runny boogers, so I don't know if it's like allergies, common cold, or God forbid, you know what. But now we're gonna start filling in the brows. I'm gonna be reaching in for my Ulta Beauty Warm Brown Brow Pomade. I personally like ombre brows, so I'm gonna be using that shade for the tail, but then I'm gonna be switching shades for the front portion of my eyebrows. I personally suggest you in getting a flat to an angled brush, because that way you're able to like get in there more precise in the crevices of the brows, because a chunky brush won't allow you to get those sleek defined brows. Definitely put a little bit less concealer on top of your eyebrows, especially during the precise borderline against your stencil, like I said, because as you see, I'm struggling to apply my pomade onto my eyebrows. As you saw, to now start giving my eyebrow the ombre effect, I dipped my brush into the medium brown pomade. Biggest beauty tip ever: when doing your brows with a pomade, never start from the front of your brows. Distribute the pomade from the back to the front, because if not, you're gonna end up with boxy shaped eyebrows. I'm now gonna be applying some brow gel. Any brand works. This is just to keep our hairs in place and the effect of having double the hairs, since we did plaster down our natural brow hairs with all that pomade on top of them. Then I'm gonna go back to the same concealer brush, and I'm not gonna put any more product. I'm just gonna use the same amount of product to resharpen the tail again. ¡Ya terminamos! ¡Gol, gol, gol, gol! ¡Golazo! In English, that means we finish! Goal! I did the trimming and tweezing off camera. The only reason why I showed clips of my eyebrows bare and removing the makeup from my eyebrows, because I was just too lazy to do my other eyebrow makeup.
So voila, my mermaynicorn! I hope I was able to teach you something new, and if God permits, I'll see you very, very soon. Peace!
Please don't go out. When you go out, you're risking the chance of getting sick.
Okay? And that's on a period. Cut the cameras.